rest and come at the soul boy. I mean,
Word. So 2000s, obviously, we got a lot. And this, you know, what's funny is that me and Dada got to
That's
this
got a
point,
lot.
and I think this is
Yeah,
why we didn't get to the tens because I think this one is more hard to call because
yeah.
there's so many other factors to it. And I think this was a big pivotal change. So 80s was like the
Uh-huh.
blueprint. You know what I'm saying? 90s was the golden era. You know what I'm saying? And like the blueprint as well too, I guess, or the prototype, I
Yeah,
guess, or whatever. And then the 2000s kind of took it to the next level and kind of like what we see now because hip hop became more of a global and a national thing. So I think the
facts.
2000s is a more difficult one, and I think Nelly said it best. Like, you know, it was only dudes selling units and pimp juicing us, but there was a lot of people in that pocket. There was a lot of people in that pocket. But with that being said, though, I'm gonna go with my list as the big three in that era would be Jay Z, Eminem, and 50 Cent for the big three.
Fuck. That's not a bet. Damn. Yeah, yeah. Cause they all
Dominated,
dominated us. They all dominated, son.
dominated it,
And to this
dominated it.
day, Eminem dominates. 50, even if it's not music wise, he still dominates.
Right. And Jay still
And
dominates.
Jay, we see where Jay at.
Right.
Like,
Jay,
you feel me?
it's just Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Fuck. Damn.
And these
I don't know.
these are good ones though because you can throw a lot of different people in there if you want to be real. Because I will add
We could put
that each
Kanye in there.
person, yeah, I was about to say put Kanye. I'm gonna let you put your list, but like you can say this because each person in the 2000s had a run. There was runs in the 2000s. There
Yeah.
was a lot of runs
Um.
and like 4 or 5 year runs and shit too.
Uh. All right. 50 or offer 50.
Debut album, dog. You can't beat that. Debut of the decade.
I might say, damn, but I don't know how long his run was. Probably like 3 years. Nah. I'm about to say Nelly, but 'cause Nelly had a run, son.
Once again,
Everyone,
everybody had runs in the 2000s. Like nobody really. This was the hardest era
fuck.
to dominate. I ain't gonna lie. This was the
Yeah.
hardest era to dominate, in my opinion.
I'll say 50. J. Eminem. I might have to say the same list, but I don't want to add M because I'm being a hater.
You got Kendrick over M and shit. You know what I'm saying? Since the last time we was here.
Oh fuck, son. Yeah, Eminem. I gotta add M. I can't be a
Keeping
hater.
it the same. Keeping it the same.
Gotta be because
Now,
yeah.
now let's add some honorable mentions in there because I like the directions that you was going in there. So with Jay, right? We'll start with Jay. So with Jay,
Okay.
he had an era, he had a run, right? But he retired and came back. So I'd say probably what till like '04. We'll say till about '04 maybe when Jay like
Yeah, I
stopped.
think he 05. He 05. He retired, right? 05, oh
I think it
06.
was '03 to be honest. When was the Black album? Let's see. When the Black album was
Uh,
'03. So let's say he retired in '03, dropped another album in
03.
'06,
Okay.
right? So he dominated in the
Also,
2000s, right? Because
yeah.
you had what the fuck was that album, dog? He had a lot of albums in the 2000s. I'm looking at it, but I'm trying to see
Kingdom
the
Come.
order. Kingdom Come was '06. All right,
Okay,
so
yeah,
Blueprint.
yeah.
Blueprint was we can say the Blueprint was like the start of like the dominance for Jay because he dropped that in '01. You know what I'm saying? So that's 1 year
Fire
into
album.
'01. Yeah, a classic. You know what I'm saying? So we had that Black album, Blueprint 2, Kingdom Come. Oh, there we go. Rock La Familia in 2000. So he kicked off the 2000s with a classic album in that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's a classic. So
Damn.
he gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm saying 5 because of the Blueprint 3 in '09.
Okay, okay.
And that's not even to mention the best of both worlds, unfinished business, and then that's not even to mention the Linkin Park collaboration and everything as well too. That's not even to
Oh
mention that,
shit! I
and
forgot
and
he
then
got
that's
a
and
Linkin
then
Park
that's also
collab.
not to mention American Gangster, right? So Jay
That's
might
the
have
album
had
too.
the best run album wise and discography wise out of everybody in there, right?
Yeah.
And let's say M, right? So M, because remember this was the era about the runs. So M dropped in 2000, right?
Yeah.
Well, he dropped in 98, 99 with the Slim Shady LP, but
LP.
um, but he dropped though in the 2000s. He dropped us Encore, Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP, Relapse.
Shit.
And I feel like I'm forgetting one in there too. Cause then you got to throw a compilation. I'm throwing every body of work in there. So like the what the fuck was
like
that?
The re-up?
There we go. That's what I was trying to
The
get at.
re-up?
The re-up. Yes, the re-up. So that's about 5 or 6 albums right there. 1, 2, 3. Re-up 5. And then something else might have been 6. 8 Mile soundtrack. We can throw that in there too. 8 Mile soundtrack as well.
Is that fair?
It is. You got to think about it, because that was like a little, that was basically the re-up too, because it wasn't just Eminem songs. It was I Just Want to Love, Rap Game, 8 Mile, Rabbit Run, Lose Yourself, which was probably Eminem's best song ever. You know what I'm saying? So you had that. So he dominated his run from 04 to, let's say, 09, but he took a little 5-year break.
Yeah, he had a movie,
break.
son.
Right, he took a 5-year break. M took that 5-year break in 04, from 04 to 09, but he still kind of was in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the relapse and shit like that. But that's the same. But remember, Jay retired in 03. M could technically retire in 03, and then they came back in 09. So they took their little period, but still had that little dominance of runs. Now we go to 50 Cent.
That's crazy. He really was gone for like 4 to 5 years.
Crazy, bro.
But his presence was still felt that whole time.
Exactly. Now 50 might have been the arguable one right here now, right? Because you get Rich in 03, right? You get Massacre in 05, you get Curtis in 07, and then you get Before I Self-Destruct in 09, which I personally liked. Good. I love that album, in my opinion. So you get 1,
I like
2,
that one
3,
and the
4.
movie. I like both of it.
Right, and then and then you can also throw in Get Rich or Die Trying.
And then we forgot the mixtapes he dropped between them.
No, we'll keep it albums. We'll keep it just albums right now. We'll keep it strictly albums. Okay. So 50 and with Get Rich or Die Trying, the soundtrack as well too. So like 1, 2, 3. About 4 or 5 with the other 2 that we're mentioning. So each of them had a good 5 album run in that era, which I think they dominated that, because now. But here's the honorable mentions though, right? You got to throw in
Wayne.
The Lil Waynes, right? You got to throw in
definitely Wayne.
You got to throw in Ludacris. I'll throw in Ludacris over anybody. Ludacris, DMX, and to be honest with you, you can say Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about dominating the era, because remember, we bring up what Nelly said too. So Nelly, how many albums did Nelly even come out with in the 2000s?
I know he had that double.
So we had Nellyville, Country, Sweatsuit. So we had Country Grammar, Nellyville, Sweatsuit, and that was in 05.
Yeah.
But he only gave us 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he only gave us 3.
Damn, it felt like it was longer than that. But
that's because
Nelly
he had bangers off him. That's because he had some heat off him. He had heat off him. Like, we'll give him credit on that. Nelly had the heat off of it. But 2000s was Country Grammar, 02 was Nellyville, and then 05, which is 3 years later, was Sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying?
And that Sweatsuit album, that was the double album.
Yeah,
that was fire.
Because one was Sweat in 04, and then Sweatsuit was 05. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess you can just count them as separate albums, but he combined them together. And then we go to Ludacris, right? Which I think Ludacris dominated in the second half of the era for the big 3. I think Ludacris dominates everybody we're talking about, because he gave us work back for the first time in the start of the 2000s, right? He gave us Word of Mouth, right? He gave us Chicken and Beer, right?
Fire.
Right? Then he gave us Red Light District, right?
Oh God.
Then he gave us Release Therapy, which was okay, right? And then he gave us Theater of Mind, which was okay too. But he gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums in the 2000s. So Nelly might not even
like 2 movies too,
right? And 2 movies. And then let's see Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne here.
Oh, that's nice. You got the Carter 1.
Nah, I mean, honestly, Lil Wayne might not really be a dominance of the 2000s though, because Wayne was mid 2000s. Wayne was mid 2000s with Wayne solo albums, because Wayne was dominating the mixtapes in the 2000s.
Carter 2 came out 04, right?
Carter 2 came out 05. So where's the Carter original? So the Carter original is 04. So we would say his debut album would be 04. Well, not even, because it was in the 90s, but his dominance came in the 2000s though. So Wayne with the Carter 1 04, Carter 2 05, Carter 3, which is
2009, right?
2008, right?
8.
2008, 9. Yeah, so 2008. So that's 1, 2, 3. Um, and then that's really it.
Cause yeah, we're not counting mixtapes, so yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
Wayne dominated the mixtape era in the 2000s, but he didn't dominate the record sales or the album
Mainstream.
shit or the mainstream to
Yeah.
be in the big three in that era because he only gave. But those albums was dope, but I think people really gave him the recognition more or less for the Carter 2 and the Carter 3. So he only really had two certified albums, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can count it if you
Uh,
want, in my opinion, in the 2000s. So then let's go to DMX, because I think DMX is also another person who dominated the 2000s, in my opinion, if we're gonna go honorable mentions, but nobody beats that top three. I think that top three is kind of stamped. They
that
really
top
dominated.
three is disrespectful
Yeah,
too.
that was disrespectful. But I mean, you
I
might.
forgot Jay Z went and dropped all those.
Me too. Once I went back and looked, I was like, damn, it was like that. Like
Hmm.
Jay was kind of dropping in that time. He was in the '90s
Yeah,
too,
Jay
but
Z
I
was
think
bugging. That's why
Nas
people would
dominated.
put Jay Z in his top. Well,
So
as 2000s,
so with X, right? With X, we got oh shit. Hold on. So X.
X was bugging, son.
So X, right?
X was really bugging, son.
X's first album because he dropped 3 albums in the '90s, my nigga. He gave us "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot," and he gave us "Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood" in '98, and then in '99,
Uh,
he gave us and then it was X, which is like easily his top
oh
three greatest
shit.
albums. But then in the 2000s, though, he gave us the Great Depression, Grand Champ, The Year of the Dog again, and then I think that's where he kind of fell off.
Yeah, 'cause that's when the drugs started doing. They had
That's when
that
all the
TV
shit
show
started
and shit.
happening. Exactly. Yeah, that's when all the shit
Yeah,
started happening. So he had fell off and dropped, but he went hard in the first three. But yeah, I mean, shit. You could
yeah,
say
it's an argument. It's an argument
it's an
there.
argument. It's an argument because I think the impact. It goes back for impact and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Impact.
X is an
Yeah.
impact situation with that because he was dominating the movies. He was dominating the soundtracks. There was mad shit in that regard. So yeah, I mean, shit. The 2000s is a hard one because I think once again everybody had their runs,
Had a
dog.
run.
Everybody had a crazy run, but the ones that stood out the most throughout that dominance, though, until the brunt end of it, like 08, 09, was J, M,
J
and
50 and
50.
yeah, yeah.
They really dominated the 2000s, dog. Like, that's really crazy. They really dominated that era. That's nuts.
The fact that M was gone for like 5 years, nigga, and he still dominated
And
is
still dominated with his
crazy.
return. Before the end of that decade, he still dominated in '09 with the return of Relapse.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because Encore was still good. I
it
think
was a good
Encore was
album.
better than Relapse in my opinion. I think Encore was better than Relapse in my opinion because I liked the direction that he was going, even though you started hearing the accent Eminem more or less in that pocket.
Yeah.
And then he kind of piggybacked off of that and capitalized it off of just horror raps with it, and it actually
Mm-hmm.
worked. It almost reinvented Slim Shady, so to say. So yeah, M dominated the 2000s heavy. I think M might, if we was to do an order, I'd probably say MJ then 50. In
I'm a
order.
hater, so I put 50 JM just because I'm a hater.
Oh yeah, cause you a hater, dog. You know what I'm saying? I respect,
Yeah,
I
you
respect
know,
the
I
hate.
said
I
it.
respect the hate, dog. I respect the hate, but here's my
You know
thing,
what I mean? At
right?
least I'm honest with it.
Right, I respect honesty. You know what I'm saying? We respect honesty over here. But I will say, right? I will put it like this: Kingdom Come might be better than well, no, Kingdom Come is better in my opinion than Relapse, right? Because that's '06,
Yes.
'09. But actually, no, let's compare album to album. So '09, they both
Okay.
dropped in '09. So Blueprint 3, Relapse, Jay's is better.
Jay's Blueprint doing,
I
yeah.
might be doing some shit to myself here, but fuck it.
You know, you better quit yourself.
Yeah, I might put myself in a position here. I might be
Because he's not,
compromising
because Jay
myself.
dropped some crazy in
I
the
might be
2000s.
compromising
So
myself here, dog. But here we go. So we got '03 to '04. So '03 was Black Album and '04 was M's Encore. I'm gonna go Black Album. Oh
Black
fuck,
Album, automatically.
fuck, man, this is crazy.
Played yourself.
I
Congratulations.
am. I might. So Jay's up 2-0 right now as far as that goes. Blueprint. This is where it gets tricky though. So Blueprint in '01 to Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP in '01. Well, actually, no. You know what's funny? Nah, fuck that. Actually, no. I'm taking that even back. You know why? Because I went to '04, but I'm forgetting that M did Eminem show in '03 to match Black Album. I'm taking Eminem show for Black Album. I'm gonna take Eminem Black. Oh wait, no.
No.
Cause I think
Don't
that
do
was
it.
'02. B. I think Eminem show was
Don't do
'02.
Oh, shit.
I think Eminem show was '02, so I'm gonna stick with that. So Jay's up right now with that. I think Jay's up with that. Yeah, that's '02.
Jay
So
cooking.
fuck. All right,
It's
so
over.
all right,
Jay-Z.
so Jay got that with the Black album. Jay got that with the Black album, and when we compare in close years with that, all right, cool. So then we going back to '02 to '01. So '01, did he do anything in '02? So he tried to come back with the Blueprint, Gift and a Curse, right? Marshall Mathers or Eminem shows better than that. Eminem shows better than that in my opinion. Let's see. Then we got. Damn, this is interesting.
It's over, bro.
This is interesting. So then in the 2000s, though, we got Marshall Mathers LP, right? Versus
Shit, that's the one.
yeah, that's the one. Versus Rock La Familia. You know what I'm saying? Rock La Familia, which I'm gonna put over that all day. You know what I'm saying? And I love Rock La Familia, but like that wasn't also.
Yeah, I put Marshall Mathers LP. That's over that.
So they like tied
that.
in the 2000s. They tied for dominance in the 2000s. They tied. I'll give them that. Because then even with Blueprint, the original, which was '01, M ended up dropping. Well, that's where he didn't do anything in 2001. He was still riding off the Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh, because he knew better.
And shit. I mean, shit. When did 8 Mile shit drop though? Because that's when 8 Mile probably took advantage of shit. And don't say.
03? 04?
Nah, I think that might have been '02 as well. That might have been '02 or '01.
8 Mile came out 02?
'02, yeah. 8 Mile came out '02.
For real?
Yeah. So, all right. So they pretty fairly evened out for me. I think.
Oh shit! It really did come out 2002.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on Google, dog. I ain't Stevie Knight and this shit. Not using Google now.
yeah.
Okay. So they fairly. I think.
I gotta look it up, man. I gotta look it up.
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair assessment with them.
Pause.
I think it just depends on who you're a fan of at that point. I think it's definitely about who you're a fan of at that point. But I think if you're gonna go album for album, I think it's pretty tied for the 2000s. They're both like tied 3-3. They both had 3 albums that was better than each other's, and that J and M really might be the GOATs though. You know what I'm saying? J and M really might be the GOATs for real, because we talking about body of work and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Body of work, longevity.
Yeah, and the funny thing. Yeah. And the funny thing about Jay for me is I didn't catch on to like I became a teenager on my early 20s.
Same
you
here.
Feel me? Because everybody kept saying like, "Yo, Jay-Z the nice." I'm like, "Fuck out of here, Jay."
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't relating to Jay back then. Yeah.
And then you listen to it. This nigga, he was really talking grown man shit. That's why
I'm saying. Yeah.
we didn't catch it. Like you feel me?
I wasn't a grown man yet. I wasn't mature
really
enough
nasty
yet.
with it.
I was immature.
Yeah.
I was Eminem as my teen years and shit. I was an Eminem guy, dog. I was acting a fool and shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as mature and shit.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
But damn, that was a good little recap on the 2000s though. That was a fire recap. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I miss the 2000s. Son.
I do, man. I do.
So simpler times, man. Simpler times.
Shit.